Lighting is really nice today. Everything looks good. Do wish I'd adjusted the camera so that it didn't show my laundry, but yeah, this is this is a good this is where we'd like things. So I've actually this hair has been sticking uppy all day, and I have showered and washed my hair twice and combed it twice trying to get it down because I knew I had to do this. Honestly, I should probably just bite the bullet and get a haircut, but I haven't given up on that dream of being a long-haired rock star type. Am I going to look this tired when I'm a long-haired rock star type? Maybe my fans will just think I'm on drugs or something and they'll think it's cool. I'm not. I'm just tired. I'm not even that tired. I'm just pushing 40. Anyway, yeah, so we're off to a good start with a good camera angle. I did kind of want to mention my thoughts on trying to make this a better looking podcast, or not podcast, live stream. And I think a lot of YouTubers that it's like a talking head style channel have a bookshelf like directly behind them or something else that's kind of eye-catching. I believe this is a tradition that was started amongst news pundits, and I'm not sure why it's a thing, but it is a thing, and it works. It makes you look scholarly. I personally don't even have a bookshelf for the books that I own, so I feel like a bookshelf as a prop to make myself look more intelligent is perhaps a bit further out than we need to worry about at this juncture. I also how do you, because okay, so your camera's here and presumably they're just like me and have their camera on their desk. They're here, the bookshelf is here. Do they have does every pundit have a long skinny room with a bookshelf and a desk? Or do they scoot their desk so it's in the middle of the room just so they can have their bookshelf in their background? These are questions that I don't know the answer to. So, what to say about this song? This is, I don't have any, I've been trying to prepare notes lately, and this week I just said, we'll just wing it. And so far, so good, except for the laundry in the corner. Did I mention that that's clean laundry that I'm going to fold immediately after this? So, I mean, at least I look productive. So I guess first of all, I should talk about how I got to be able to play the song today, because I got to from a dear, dear friend of mine who has been my friend since I was 7 or 8 years old, who helped me figure out what the chords are. And he did a really professional job, far, far better than I expected from him. I expected him to shoot me an email that was like, so the chords are this and this and this. Not he typed out the lyrics and put the chords above where they enter into the song. It's very nice. But anyway, his name is, I guess it's okay if I use his name. No one's going to watch this anyway. His name is Kip Vandewater. And normally, if he was the kind of person who's in a band making music and recording it and stuff, I would put a link to something he's doing. But I don't think he's doing anything beyond just making music and having fun with his friends. which is great. If that's what you want to do, then that's all you need to do. And I'm trying to not phrase it as if it's like just making music with your friends. That is every bit as being a musician as someone who's in a professional band or whatever. But anyway, it just so happens that I have CDs from his former band, Serendipity Punch, that I can show everyone. This is their first record, Coconut, and this is their second self-titled album, which only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs on it, but was a lot better recorded and has a lot of much clearer sound and all that stuff. So if you are interested in really being able to hear what they sound like, this is your CD. If you want a longer time to listen to the music, but you can't really make out what it is, this is the one I recommend. The point is, well, I guess when I think about what Kip is doing with his life, I think about how a lot of my friends have kind of become the person that they so desperately wanted to not become when I first met them. In junior high, when Kip and I were getting into music, we were very much like, oh, people who listen to country are so annoying. I can't wait to get out of this one-horse town and listen to something that's not country. Kip now is happily married with 2 wonderful kids, and he plays a lot of country music and listens to a lot of country music and lives in his hometown. And I'm happy for him. Like, he didn't stick to his guns about the unimportant things, like what style of music he listens to, but he has been a good person. He's improved upon the person he was in junior high in important ways. And I've been thinking a lot about my own personal journey, like once in junior high, there was a segment on NPR about a woman who wrote a biography of Gregor Mendel. And I was so angry that my parents were playing that in the car instead of some rockin' tunes, because I thought this was like for nerds. But deep down, I was like, this is really interesting. I am fascinated to learn about the life of Gregor Mendel. And I think there's just coming in and finding, hey, I am supposed to be the kind of person who likes learning about Gregor Mendel. That's the person I was born to be. That's the person I was when I was 2 years old. That's the person I am now. That's the person I was when I was in junior high and trying to fight it. There's a real sense of accomplishment and relief that comes from that. And so I hope that that's something we can all find. Feel like that was even more of a rant than my rants usually are, but I'm sure I said something like, if you just edit out all the meandering and get to the really nuggets that sound intelligent, thank you for doing that. Okay. I mentioned last week that there are several songs that are Irish music that there's no way I could, or I certainly could, I guess, if I didn't want to keep my job. There are songs, I was trying to play Irish music for my third grade class and having trouble finding songs that would be appropriate. This is an example of a song that is not appropriate. I was torn between two songs, and so I texted Kip and said, well, would you rather help me with a song about making Irish whiskey or a song about making Irish babies? And he said, well, let's do things in the order that they occur in real life and do the whiskey first, which I thought was pretty funny. So this is a song, I'm familiar with the version by the Irish Rovers, who we've talked about on the show before. Really one of the most fun bands I think I've ever listened to, and this song is no exception. I learned this morning that Tay is actually a way of kind of, how would you say? It's tea, Mountain Tay, which of course isn't tea. It's sort of a code, kind of like how at work we say, oh, I'm going to go have some grown-up juice later this evening. But they say it Tay because they're in Ireland and they talk funny. Okay, let's do it. All right. Head in the shot, head in the shot. Let's try to get our head in the shot. Head in the shot, head in the shot. Don't lose your balance and fall down. Oh. Gather up the pots and the old tin can, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney. Mountain breezes as they blow. Okay, no. I forgot to switch it to my tab with the lyrics on it, and I was like, oh, I can remember. And I made it like almost 20 seconds before I forgot the words, so... Go, Chip. Wonder if you could see me if I just sit down. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to sit down. Okay. Gather up the pots and the old tin can, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney. Mountain breezes as they blow, hear the echo in the glen below. Excise men are on the go in the hills of Connemara. Gather up the pots and the old tin can, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney. A gallon for the butcher, a quart for Tom, a bottle for poor old Father John, to help his prayers and his hymns along in the hills of Connemara. Gather up the pots and the old tin can, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney. Stand your ground, boys, it's too late. The excise men are at the gate. Glory be to Paddy for the drinking it straight in the hills of Connemara. Gather up the pots and the old tin can, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney. Oh, swing to the left and swing to the right. The excise man will dance all night. Drinking up the Tay till the broad daylight in the hills of Connemara. Gather up the pots and the old tin can, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney. Gather up the pots and the old tin can, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney. Okay. Not bad. I don't really have much to say about it. It's just a really fun song. And, you know, one thing I've noticed, okay, I do want to say this. Irish music is I try not to lean my hand here because I think it looks weird to have my arm just like, but it's just like right there. Irish music sounds weird, I think, when played by oneself. I think it is a style of music intended to be sung by several men and played by several men accompanying each other, or several, I shouldn't have said men, several people. But the nature of this show, this live stream series, is such that we don't do that. Anyway, God, I missed you, audience. Feel like I should have things to say, but I really don't. So, toodaloo. Have a good one. I'll see you next week.